Hey everyone, my name is Heather, and back in the day, when people would return from a journey, they would share stories of their travels while looking at pictures. So I want to invite you into a part of my story that helped me see beauty in this world in a way that I hadn't before. And I thought a little photo show would be just the thing to help set the tone. About 3 years ago, my family and I lived in Tanzania, Africa. Some of the landscapes, plants, and creatures in Tanzania are really different than here. It is a place of big bugs, big bodies of water, big landscapes, and big trees. Kind of beautiful, right? Well, it might surprise you that on many days, I ignored this world around me and trudged forward with all the tasks that I needed to accomplish instead. But then, something happened that caused me to begin to take notice. Has that ever happened to you, where one moment things were one way and then the next they were very different? One evening, as I was preparing for bed, I found that I wasn't feeling quite right. The room began to spin and my heart rate shot up and I was having difficulty breathing and I began to lose feeling in my arms and my legs. I thought I was having a heart attack. It was actually the first of many panic attacks. In the days that followed that scary night, I felt desperate for help. So I started to slowly share what was happening with people that were already a part of my life. I was amazed because when I felt like I was most alone, these people surrounded me with love and encouragement and a listening ear. They shared their own stories and even gave me space to just be me in that moment. Do you remember last week when we talked about the spiritual practice of lament? It sounds weird, but being honest about the hard things is a huge part of what made that gratitude possible. Sometimes people think gratitude is all about the ignoring of the hard stuff, and in my life, it was opposite. I used to see things one way until I learned to be honest about hard stuff. And now, I notice beauty everywhere. Over the next several weeks, I also spent a lot of time walking on that path that carried me from our home to the school that we worked at. This was a path that I was really familiar with, but it was in the familiar where I found myself recognizing the beauty of creation all around me, making my gratitude even more rich because of what I had just walked through. It was like the world around me was going from a place of blurriness to a place of crisp focus. There were certain spots on the path where I could see the Indian Ocean. And being that we lived close to the equator, there were flowers of every color imaginable speckled along that path. After a rain, there were giant snails, literally the size of my hand, just slithering slowly to get to wherever they were going. There was this giant baobab tree, which to this day still takes my breath away with its unique beauty. Everywhere I looked, my perspective was shifting. My situation didn't feel quite as hopeless. In fact, my hopelessness turned into hopefulness. And through the days of lament, I was brought to a place of gratitude, seeing the beauty in the world around me. The Bible recognizes that this gratitude for the beauty in God's world is powerful, but it's particularly powerful when we're honest about the hard stuff. Philippians 4:8 shares that whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. What would it look like for each of us to take a breath, take a moment to step back, and ask Jesus to help us get to a place where in everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, we could actually give thanks? I wonder if Jesus were to meet you someplace, where do you think it would be? I hope your conversations with each other will help each of you take your next steps on your faith journey.